our special guest, Andrew Gomez from Original Barber Lounge. How you doing today, man?
I'm good. Fresh off of work. I'm a little tired.
Are you tired?
Yeah, but maybe this vodka will warm me up. Maybe we had a little Red Bull. We'll be that for next time.
You know what? I actually do have a rock star in there.
Oh, really?
I'll bring it out. I'll bring it out.
We're going to be here all night.
So, dude, I've been wanting to get you on the show for a minute. I really love what you guys do over there, man. I love the shop. You know, it's one of my favorite shops.
Thank you. Thank you.
How did you come up with the idea to
Originally, you know what? I didn't even really want to cut hair, honestly. I was just kind of like a little knucklehead running around, didn't know what I wanted to do. I used to go to shop in Carson, and he used to take care of me like every week, and he used to tell me like, oh, you should cut hair. But I was like, man, he just wants a barber. He just needs some workers in here. And I'm like, nah, I don't want to cut hair. I don't even know what to do.
Yeah.
I ended up moving like to Anaheim next to a barber school, and I was like working at a warehouse, working at Home Depot, and I'm like, man, I need to do something. And the barber school was right there. So I was like, you know what? Let me just try to cut hair. I was like, because my old barber was telling me, he said I could be a good barber. But knowing, how is he think? No, I'm a good barber.
He's seen something in you.
Yeah, I guess. He had the eye. Because as soon as I started cutting hair, I was like, damn, I love this. And I had like a really cool instructor, kind of like took me under his wing.
So you fell in love with it as soon as you started doing it?
Yeah, honestly, like, I had my daughter real young. So I was like, I need to get my stuff together. So as soon as like, it was kind of like a hustle. So I seen it as like, oh man, I can make money, you know, like, and it's up to me how far I want to take it. So I was like, you know what, let me just try it. So when I was doing it, I was like, yeah, I actually like started liking it. So I was like, I could do something with this, you know? So I was like, man, I don't want to be working at Home Depot no more. I mean, no offense, you know, like, but it just wasn't me.
Wrong with Home Depot,
no, because I liked it when I worked there, but you know, it just wasn't me. I was working at a warehouse, like slaving away, like 40 hours, like making, I don't know, like, you know, like nothing.
Right.
But I was like, man, I can't be doing this. I need to do something else. And I'm just that type of person, like, man, if I could get something to hustle and make money, then let me try it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So I was like, you know what, let me give it a shot. So I did it, and it worked out for me.
Yeah, man.
Honestly.
I mean, you became very successful very quickly.
Right.
I mean,
right.
it seems like as soon as you got started, it was like.
Well, you know what? It didn't really start off like that. I mean,
Really?
I finished barber school. I went to some shops, kind of like in like West Hollywood area.
Oh, really? You started out there?
Yeah, I started West Hollywood
Where about?
area. It was right off of. I worked at the Grove or Farmers Market.
Did you?
Yeah, there was a bar. There's still a barbershop in there, and that's kind of like where I started.
Now, is it in the Grove or is it in the farmer's market?
It's in the farmer's market.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
I didn't
right
know
on the corner.
that.
You know, like the breakfast spot, the pancake, like it's right next door to that.
I did not know that there was a barbershop there.
They always had like a barbershop. Some people like would take it over. Like, I guess like, you know, like at the time, the person who owned it was like really cool. So he took me in, and
so that was your first.
That was kind of like my first gig. Well, before I had finished barber school, I was working at like kind of like a little chop shop, like in and out, like just kind of getting my feet wet. And then I seen an opportunity on Instagram. They were hiring, and I was like, you know what? Let me just try it, go for it. So then that's what I hit them up, and I got an interview, went over there, and they hired me.
Wow.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. Like,
so he gave you kind of your.
Yeah, he gave me a shot. It was intimidating though, because like we did celebrities there, and like it was all high end, and you know, like
you were thrown right in the mix.
Yeah, like I just kind of got out of school, and I was like, oh, okay, like. Well, we doing this.
But I mean, do you think that kind of?
Oh yeah, like it elevated me quickly because like the clientele that I was talking to, like I did a bunch of celebrities. Like the owner was real cool. He kind of like took me under his wing too, like how to talk to people, how to like interact. You know, I'm just
he broke it down for you.
Yeah, I'm another knucklehead from right here.
Right.
You know, like it's a different breed out there. You know, like the people that we, you know,
another level.
Yeah, it's just a different level.
Right, it's a different
level.
level.
Well, honestly, like I worked there too, and I ended up getting me like a house, so I turned my garage into a little shop. So I would take care of my family and friends.
And you were living out there at the time, or
no?
No,
I lived in Orange County for a little bit, and then I ended up moving back down this way.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so then like I kind of turned my house to a little shop too, so I would work over there and at my house.
Oh, okay.
But you know what was really crazy? I had just graduated, and I was doing pretty good, you know. And then the school that I graduated, like not even probably like a couple months after, called me like, "Hey, do you want to be an instructor?"
Oh, really?
And I was like, "Sure."
Did you start doing that or no?
No, I did, because I was like, you know what? I might as well just do everything right now. Like, might as well get out the way. Yeah, my confidence was at all time high. I thought I was cool. Right. I was like, you know what? Let me just do it. Let me try it.
And how long did you do all of that?
Honestly, from me getting out of school to me opening my shop was probably within 2 years.
That's crazy,
Yeah.
dude. I mean, that's
And I was like really like working my ass off. Like every day I was working every day. Like I was just grinding. But
what is I mean, I know that there's not a specific time frame, but what on average, what do if somebody's going to start their own shop, they probably need at least how many years experience, or usually
you
people.
know what? That's a lot of people ask me that. I was only 23 when I opened up my shop.
You were 23.
So I was real young. I'm like the first in my family to open a business.
Right.
And I didn't even know who to turn to. And for that question, you know what? Honestly, I think it's just up to the person. Like if they got the drive, like because a lot of people would tell me like, oh, you're not gonna go to business school, like you're not gonna go to college. I never enrolled to college.
Yeah, you didn't go that route, but I mean, dude, this is another kind of college. I mean,
Right,
it was
right.
a different, sort of like me. I mean,
Right.
I didn't go to school, but I got into film, and that was my college. That was my education. I mean, you had to learn a lot,
Right,
real quick.
quick.
I mean, starting a business, man, that's no joke.
You know what? I kind of think though, like me having my daughter at such a young age, and like where I grew up, how I grew up, I was like, you know what? I need to take it next level. Like I was like, man, I want my daughter to have everything I didn't have. So I kind of just took it and ran with it. Like, you know what? I'm gonna work at these good shops, high end shops. I'm gonna go to learn how to teach people how to cut hair and do all that. And then basically, I kind of was tired of like driving back and forth to West Hollywood because it would take me like an hour and a half to get over there. And
Oh,
maybe
traffic!
Like
I mean, that's
to
terrible.
come back,
That's
you know?
that's
Like,
a
I was
terrible
like,
drive.
Oh, dude, I was over it. So honestly, how I really opened up the shop, I was saving. I didn't really have.
So
what
it
I
was a
needed.
thought, though. It was already like, I mean, at what point were you out there in West Hollywood and you were like, I'm gonna open it. I'm gonna save money to open my own shop. How did that?
That was eventually the goal.
So the whole time.
Yeah, the whole time, like I knew.
From
I
when
was
you
like,
started barber school, you already.
Right. I think like halfway through barber school, I was like, you know what? I feel like I can open up my own shop. And I honestly, like I have like some of my boys, they work for me.
Right.
So I was like, you know what? I open a shop and I can put on everybody.
I
like,
definitely
you
want to
know?
get into that. I'm gonna get back to that. The homies, because I have some questions about working with the homies. You know what I mean? But so early on, we're passing a joint for you guys that are listening, man.
Right.
So
Some good weed.
just in case
Yeah.
we're not right on the mic,
Right.
we got the joint going. But so I mean, basically, you started school, you got a job, and that was already the goal, like the whole goal.
Right.
At what point did you say, "All right, I'm ready to do this now. Let's fucking"?
I honestly, there wasn't a point. I'm gonna tell you, I was on my day off, and I wanted to open up like Torrance area because I wanted to be in the middle of everybody. Like, I wanted to be in the middle of Carson, Wilmington, Redondo, Hermosa. Everyone can come right here. I'm in Old Town Torrance. Like, it's in the middle of everybody.
Right.
So,
And for you guys that don't know, man, Original Barber Lounge is in Old Town Torrance.
yeah,
What's the address over there?
1616 Cabrillo Avenue.
1660
If
Cabrillo
you're
Avenue.
from around the area, right across the street from the Crest. Everyone knows the Crest.
What? The Crest?
Everyone knows the Crest. You're like, let me not start.
So, okay, finish. Go. Let's go back to your.
So I was like, you know what? I want to open up in Torrance. And I was like, I don't even know what it's going for. Honestly, I didn't even know where to start or what to do. So I was like, here you go. And then I was like, you know what? Day off. So I was driving around Old Town Torrance, and my spot that was open, big banner, call, see if it's available. So I call and I'm like, hey, so how much is it going for? They told me the answer. I'm like, oh, really? And I'm like, I could probably do that on my own. And then they said, come on down. And I'm like, okay. But I just was looking for prices.
Right.
So I was like,
You're
okay.
window shopping.
Yeah, I was just window shopping. So they said, come on down. And they end up being right here, like by Costco on Hawthorne, the property management.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, I'm going to go down there and see what's up. So I go down there. They have like all these paperwork, right? And I'm like, okay.
Well, fuck it.
Yeah. So I'm just initially.
You just started signing away.
Yeah, I'm initially not even reading nothing. I'm just like, oh, I'm going to open a shop.
Fuck it.
So I'm like signing papers, and then boom, they come back like, oh, Mr. Gomez, you've been approved. Like, you're ready to go. And I'm like,
shit.
I was like, you're lying. Like, yeah, Mr. Gomez, there's the keys. And
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit, I'm opening up a barbershop. So that's honestly how it happened.
That's exactly
That's
how.
exactly how it happened.
And then what was the process soon after that? I mean, how did you let? I'm sure it took a while, right?
Yeah, well, it took me about like 2 months to open it, and good thing like a lot of my family was like into construction and electrical, but it was a hassle, you know what I'm saying? Because I basically signed the lease, and then I went to the city talking about, oh, I want to open up a shop, and I already had the lease signed.
And that's not the way you're supposed to do it.
That's not the way you're supposed to go.
So what is the proper process for that?
You would basically I forgot the actual wording, but it's like coding. So basically, in certain areas of the city are certain businesses that can open. But I mean, there was barbershops around, but I was just thinking like, oh, maybe there's too many barbershops. They're gonna deny it, like because like they could deny the business, and then they send out like paperwork to everybody around the neighbors, like, hey, are you cool with this barbershop opening up at this location? So basically, you gotta get it approved that you want to open a barbershop.
It must be pretty easy, man, because I know you have somebody across the street recently that...
Oh, yeah. Well, man, let's not start there. Let me hit this blunt.
Maybe we'll talk about that.
Yeah, we'll talk about that after. Because that didn't go the right way.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We'll keep it cool.
No, we'll keep it cool.
Let me just drink my drink.
But just so we know, not everybody does it the right way.
Right.
Not everybody does it the right way.
And well, you know what's funny too? Because when I went to the city, the lease was signed, and I had signed a 3-year, and I was like,
I'm not getting out of it.
Yeah, I'm not getting out of it. So I go to the city, and I walk up to the desk, the receptionist, and I'm like, hey, I'm opening up a business, and she looks at me.
Right?
Yeah, I'm 23, bro. Like I still, I look good, look that young age. So I'm going, and she looks at me like, oh yeah, where? And I tell her, and she's like, oh, have you done
the historic old town
tour?
tour?
Have you done A through Z? And I'm like, what? I thought I was just gonna come tell you. Yeah. And like, let's just get it started. And she looked at me and she told me good luck.
Oh, wow.
She told me good luck,
Wow.
and I was like, oh damn. Like that's when reality smacked me, because I was like, honestly, I don't even know what I'm doing.
Oh, okay.
So she gave me the runaround of what I needed to do. So I'm like trying to figure out shit. I don't have nobody to turn to, so I'm just learning as I'm going.
You've never done it. You don't have any.
I'm learning as I'm going. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna figure it out. So it was cool though, because I ended up meeting this lady from the city that basically like took my hand and helped me all through like every department that I needed to talk to, approvals that I needed to get, even things to talk to the property management about. Like, like she just basically hooked me up, and then like without her, I was like, man, it would have been a big mess for me.
Shout out to her, man.
You know what? I forgot her name, but she knows who she is.
Yeah,
if she ever sees it, she's gonna be like,
"That's
I
crazy,
know that guy."
man.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
It was crazy because I was having problems with the property management in the city.
What were some of the problems that you were having?
Because like the back of my parking lot, like they needed certain approvals for parking spots. The big problem was the property management built a new gate right in the back, but it wasn't approved for the city. So
they never got it.
Yeah,
they never got permit. They probably never
for it. So the city's telling me you can't get a business license because the gate wasn't permitted to put. And I'm like, well, what does that have to do with me?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I'm like, I don't know. And they're like, well, go back to the property management. So I'm going back to the property management. Hey, this gate and we need parking spots. And they're like, well, you tell them this. Like,
So you're just running back and forth?
Yeah, so I'm going back to the city. Well, hey, they told me to tell you this. And I'm like, oh, hell no. So honestly, like, it came down to the very end. Like, I was like down to my last dollar, and I told the city, I said, you know what? I'm not a big corporation or anything. And because I had to stop working, like I had to quit the shop because I'm doing stuff to build my shop.
Right.
So I was like on my, last couple bucks, and I had told the city, I said, you know what? You guys keep going back and forth, but I'm gonna be broke. I might as well shut it down already before I open, because I can't. You know what I'm saying? I can't do it.
This is New Highs and Lows podcast on YouTube. Please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to be updated when we have new content. You can also comment below and let us know how we're doing. If you need a little more, please go to Apple Podcast, Stitcher, or Spotify to get complete episodes of the podcast. Thank you so much.